suicide, I get, suicide is one of the worst things that can happen when somebody, decides, to just end it all. But even before suicide, which is the act itself, you have suicidal ideation, whereby somebody's, having the ideas, oh, I'm worthless, my life means nothing, people don't love me, I lost my job, what am I going to do? Or I embezzled some money and, they're going to catch me, let me just kill myself, so before people commit suicide, which is the act itself, you have what they call suicidal ideation. So when we see patients, and you ask them so many questions, you have to ask them, do you have any thoughts about maybe hurting yourself? And if they tell you yes, then you will ask them, because you're having thoughts you want to hurt yourself doesn't mean I'm going to, hold you back in the hospital. So
Yeah.
I'll ask you, are you able to contract for safety? Meaning, if those thoughts become more overwhelming, are you willing to call someone? Are you willing to reach out to people, to contract for safety, someone that can help you?
Yeah.
Because at times, that's what's missing between when somebody has suicidal ideations and they decide to commit the act. If somebody is able to catch them before
At
they
the
commit
point.
the act, it
Yeah.
never happens. But sadly in Nigeria, when people try to kill themselves and it doesn't happen and the cops
They're
catch them,
arrested. Yeah.
they get arrested and taken to jail.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the rationale behind that, because if anything, they need, psychiatric intervention. So suicide is a big thing, and I think we have to talk about it. Usually we have to be sensitive to what are some of the things that can make somebody want to commit suicide. Usually the telltale signs are there. Did that person lose their job? Do they have low self-esteem? Did they lose their spouse? Did they embezzle some money and the investigation is coming closer to them and something is going to happen? So of course, you can't catch it all, but the few that you can catch, you can still try to do something about it.
Wow. I mean, so what if you have a suicidal case in your hand? I mean, somebody that was about to commit suicide, and the case is referred to you. How do you manage such a patient? I mean, I know not in detail, but what are some of the things that you do?
First of all, when somebody tries to commit suicide, maybe took a lot of pills and stuff like that. So many things, cut their wrist, everybody needs a timeout. So what do you do? Here in Pennsylvania, they have what they call 302, involuntary commitment. So you have 202, voluntary commitment, meaning, oh, I want to kill myself, but guess what? Let me go to the hospital. So 202. But you have 302, whereby I have maybe my wife wants to kill herself, my son, then I can 302 them. I can call the cops, and then we take that person to the hospital, and they're committed. So when you get committed to the hospital, you'll be there for at least 5 to 7 days.
Wow.
Because meaning in the hospital, you won't be able to kill yourself. And time heals every wound. When there's a timeout, people have time to sort of maybe reflect.
Okay.
So you go to the hospital, there's no way for you to kill yourself. There are no sheets for you to strangle yourself, no blade, nothing. You're talking to people, someone is checking you every 15, 20 minutes to make sure, you're not doing anything stupid. And, they give you medication to make you sleep because, to calm you down, but those medications will make you sleep. And there's something about when people rest, when you rest and you sleep, you wake up feeling better. So that's what happens. And then after 5 to 7 days, They'll review you, you know, the psychiatrists, the nurses, everybody will review you. And if we believe you're stable, then you can be discharged. But after 5 to 7 days, and some patients say, oh, I want to go home, there's what they call the mental health court. So the doctor, the patient, and the nurses, everybody goes in front of a judge. The mental health court is usually within the hospital, but it's still a court with authority. So the judge will weigh the case, and based on that, will say, you know what, you're not stable yet to go back for another 5 days. And
Wow.
I'll say 9 out of 10 mental health hospitals here in America, they are like in hospital setting. You can't just go out at will. Somebody has to buzz you in and out. So that's how we manage our patients with suicide. And then, of course, you have suicide, hotlines. You know, some people can call. I want to kill myself. Blah 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 blah. And somebody will be on the other line, trying to calm you down. Where are you and stuff like that. So many things available.
Wow. So the suicide hotlines are, they're very, the benefits are huge.
Yeah, but you need people who are trained to be on the other side, because you're not seeing this person you're